Look at that. We're back. SoCal Fryers is in the house, and I'm glad you're back today. Hey, did anybody check out those chicken wings that I fried the other day? Did anybody make them? How about the ribs? Or have you tried yet the spinach dip? Well, I got something new for you today. Come on over here with me. Today, what I'm attempting, because I haven't done it before, is a Cuban flavored pork roast. And I'm going to get right down to it so we can make this short and sweet for you. So here we go. Alright folks, this is a pork shoulder roast and it is beautiful. Take a look at this thing here. I can't wait to stick my hands in it. First thing I want to do though, I've got to make a marinade that goes on this roast. And the beautiful part about this is that the marinade sits on the roast for 24 hours in the refrigerator. So I'm going to show you how to marinate it up, and there's certain things and techniques that you're going to want to use. First ingredient I'm going to use is I'm going to use some garlic cloves. I've got 4 cloves of garlic here. They're chopped up, and I'm going to stick them right here in the bowl. The second ingredient that I'm going to use, let me get these out of here quick. The second ingredient I'm going to use is I love sea salt. If you haven't tried this, I love it. I love the texture of it. But anyway, I'm going to use a teaspoon of my sea salt. I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons of my sea salt. I've also got my black pepper that I'm using. I'm going to use a teaspoon of the black pepper, a little cumin, and I'm going to use a teaspoon of the cumin. And then over here I've got some dried oregano, which adds a lot of flavor to the roast itself. I'm going to use a teaspoon of dried oregano. And then last but not least, I've got my coriander seed. And I use this every once in a while when I cook, but I think this will add that Cuban little flavor that I want to it. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of the coriander on it. Now what I've got to do with this is I'm going to take it in a bowl and I'm going to make it so it's almost like a paste. Now we're going to mix this in here really well. And what I want to do is I want to get it more like a paste, because I'm going to show you what we're going to do to the shoulder roast, the pork roast. And I want to get this down inside of it so it gets a taste in there and also marinates overnight. Now I've ground it down to where I want to, it's almost like a little paste for me. And what I'm going to do is I've got to put that, I'm going to take half of this and I'm going to move half of this into a bowl. That's about half. Okay. The other half, what I want to do is I want to put the other half on my roast. Now this is the fat side of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make little slices across the top of it. About right there. That's good. One more. And what we're going to do is we're going to get some of that rub down inside all of that. Look how beautiful that is. That is a terrific piece of roast. And I'm going to go this way on it. So I'm going to cut it almost in like little squares. Okay. Now that I got them in little squares, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to get it down inside there on a lot of these squares. And we're going to rub the top and just the top of this. That's all we needed to get it down in there. And we're going to get it as much as we can. I want to spread it out as I can too. Okay. That's looking good. Okay, get it down in there. Yeah. Okay. That's beautiful right there. Okay, get the rest of it on there. Now we've got to make the rest of the marinade that goes on the rest of the roast. And what I do here is I've got a couple of ingredients. And what I do is I've got, if we want to take a look down here at the bowl, I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. I've got a little lime juice. And what I'm going to do with the lime juice is I'm going to use 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of the lime juice. Over here I've got some orange juice. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of the orange juice. Next, I've got my olive oil. And what I'm going to do with the olive oil is I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil into it also. Okay. Next, I've got my white wine vinegar. And with the white wine vinegar, we're going to want 1.5 teaspoons. Not tablespoons, but teaspoons. 1.5 teaspoons. This is a little bit over, but what the heck, we're good. A little extra for good measure. And then that's it. We're going to whisk this so that it comes out pretty smooth. And this marinade's going to sit on top of that roast for 24 hours, get all inside of it, break down all the meat, and it is going to taste incredible when we cook it in the air fryer. Okay, as you can see, that's pretty much a little liquidy, and that's exactly how I want it. We're going to go and grab our roast, and we're going to stick our roast inside the plastic bag. Get it down in there. Okay. And then we're going to take the rest of the marinade that we made, and we're going to pour it right inside it. Okay. We're going to get it all around in there. But the most important part is we want to seal this up with the least amount of air that we can possibly have in the bag itself. And that way, it'll definitely marinate. Yes, see, it's all over the place. It smells good too. This is going to go in the refrigerator for 24 hours. And then when we take it out, we're going to put it on the Chef Man air fryer. So I think this is going to turn out great. Hey, thanks for watching the marinade. I'll be back to show you how it turns out. Alright folks, it's been 24 hours and the roast was chilling in the chilly refrigerator. I brought it out about an hour ago, got it to room temperature, and now we're about to hook it up and throw it in the air fryer. And yes, Cuban style, air fried shoulder pork roast. Wow. Alright, come on over here. Oh, it looks beautiful. Ooh, it's falling apart. It's not even being cooked. Look at this one. My gosh. Everything's done. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and put this on a rack and throw it in the air fryer. It takes usually about an hour, hour and a half for it to cook. And this big boy here looks absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can get a good look at it, but you can see it's got everything on it. It's very tender. I can't wait for this to cook. So I'm going to prep everything. I'm going to put it on a rack. You'll see me put it in the oven. I'll tell you the temperature, show you the time, and we're good to go. We're going to set the air fryer at 360 degrees. So I'm going to turn this on real quick. We're going to set it for 360 degrees. And it takes about anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half for this roast to totally cook. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in, check it in 45 minutes. Okay, we're going to take the roast. That thing looked pretty big. I had to pre-measure to make sure it's going to go in there. We're going to take the roast, we're going to put it on the bottom rack, because remember it cooks, well, it cooks not inverted heat, but air heat. So it's all the way through. So I'm going to put it on the middle rack itself, where it sits almost in the middle of the air fryer, and we're going to start it up. I've got on there for 45. I'm a little picky, so I'm going to come back in 30 and just double check it. Until then, enjoy a little free time. It has been 42 minutes, and I want to pull it out, take a good look at it, take a temperature, and see how much longer I need to cook on it.
The fat on the top has started to get cooked away, and what it's doing, it's taking all the juices at the top and it's running it all the way through the roast. So all that seasoning that you saw me put down in between the slices or the boxes yesterday that I cut into the top of the fat, all that seasoning is seeping down into the roast. It's at a temperature of about 120 degrees, so it's got a little time to go. I'm going to take it down. I'm going to put it on a little bit lower level so the top doesn't cook as quick anymore. And then that way, it will still cook all the way through. And I say about another 30 minutes, it'll be done. Just checked it. It was on for an hour. It was 45 minutes. I put it for another 20 minutes. So it's been on now for an hour and 10 minutes. I checked the temperature. Inside, the temperature is only about 130 degrees. So I'm going to put it back in for about another 15 minutes. I've got it on 360 degrees, and it's looking really good. The house is smelling terrific. My wife's hungry, my son's hungry, my daughter's hungry, so we're going to be eating soon. Okay, it's got 4 minutes left on it, but I want to check the temperature real quick. It's looking pretty good. I want to give you a quick glimpse of it. So let me pull it out of here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a really nice color on it, and I kind of like the way it looks. Let me check the temperature. I'm pretty sure it's not done yet. On the center of it, I am about 140 degrees. It's at 145. It's climbing, staying right around 148. I'm going to put it on for another 10 minutes. And I think that'll be perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on its side because it's cooked on the top pretty good. But I want to make sure that the center of it gets really well done. And if you look right here, oh, that looks absolutely beautiful, guys. This is going back in. I'm going to put it in for another 10 minutes. Check it. Check the temperature. Make sure everything's okay. It just beeped, so I'm going to take it out and take a look at it. It is looking absolutely terrific. Put this right here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it again. And we'll turn it this way. Get this. And put it back in, and we'll put it back in for another 10 minutes until it gets to the exact temperature so that we know that it is cooked all the way through. We're down to 1 minute left, so I want to check the temperature again, make sure it's over 170 degrees Fahrenheit, and then go ahead and cut it open and let you see the masterpiece it has grown into be. Let's see what we got here. It's at 165. We're going to cook it for about 5 more minutes longer. And I took a little nibble of it, and a little piece that fell off. And I'm telling you right now, this thing tastes out of this world. So we're going to put it in here for 5 more minutes. And still at actually we'll raise it up to 370 for the final 5 minutes of it. And then we'll pull it out, cut it open, and I'll show you what it looks like. And I think you're going to be quite impressed. Okay, last time taking it out. And we're going to see exactly where we stand as far as this. Alright, I'm taking a quick temperature. We are at 170 degrees, which is great. Let's check it all the way around. We are at 170 degrees, and it absolutely looks great. I'm going to cut into it real quick though, because I want to see what the, oh, look at that, like butter. Look at that, like butter. Look at that. Now that is a roast. Let me take a little piece, see what it tastes like. We're on to something there. All right, time to eat. I hope you enjoyed it. Something unique that you didn't think it could get cooked in an air fryer, it does. So if you like the video, please like, and if you look below, subscribe, and I'm gonna send more videos. Thank you. Peace.